Pull up a chair, gals. It is snippet time. Hello, lovelies. Becca here with a snippet for you. Yes, this is Sober Living Snippets, where I help you feel youthful, ditch negative emotions, and heal your relationships. I just had to say it differently today. I want you to think about your body, your mind, and your emotions as the whole you, right? Your spirit, your emotions, call it what you like. So there you are, and you've got these aspects of yourself. You're a physical body. You have a mind, which contains memories, and you've got a subconscious, which has other stuff going on. And then you've got this soul or emotional base or whatever you want to call it. But, that's you. You're this whole being, all of those areas of that. It's all you, right? It's all me. It's all you. That's who we are. If you think about it that way, this is the sort of universe I live in, is the Becca, like Becca's body, Becca's memories, Becca's brain, Becca's thoughts, Becca's heart, her emotions. That's who I have to walk around being day in and day out, and the same for you. Well, think about this, gals. If being who you are is uncomfortable, it's like you're wearing clothes that don't fit every single day. Like, what if we had to wear the jeans we wore in high school every day, right? And every day you have to get up and wear these clothes that don't fit. Well, that's what it's like for us who can't feel comfortable in our own skin, especially if we can't sit down in silence without a phone to scroll through, nothing to do but just sit there and be and feel comfortable and at peace. Because the only thing there is us. Our brain, our memories, our thoughts, our heart, our emotions, our body, us. That's it. So think of this way. So this whole snippet's coming from a recent episode of really old, 1950s maybe 60s, I don't know, from Earl Nightingale. I don't know if you remember Earl Nightingale. He was before my time. Like, this is how far back we're going. Or maybe I was a kid. But I heard an old episode of his. I can't even remember where. But here's what he said. This is not a quote. It's a paraphrase. But this is what got me thinking about this snippet. He says something like this. I don't think it's a quote. We should be able to wait for a train without a book, alone for hours, and not be bored. We should love our world within. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it? And when I heard that, and as I say, that's not a quote, but that was the idea, I thought, okay, wow. And he says, wait for a train without a book, because it was way before the internet. So when you have to wait for something, what's the first thing you do? Right? I don't have to answer that, do I? We all do it. And then I come along, or people like me come along and say, intentionally sit there quietly every day in your sacred space and be with yourself. And you say, oh my God, that's torture. What are we going to do about this, gals? Now, listen, that was me, and I've told you that before here on the show, that when I wanted to learn meditation, there was something inside that just intuitively thought, I have a feeling there's something there for me. But oh my God, it was horrifying. It was like torture. I thought, if you want to torture me, make me sit alone in a room in silence with my own thoughts. Because my thoughts just beat me up. They were negative. They were horrible. They were memories that I didn't want to remember. And besides, hello, ding, 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 I drank to get away from all those thoughts and all those emotions. That's why we drink. And then we hear that what is recovery? What is sobriety? Being able to sit alone with our thoughts and our, oh my God, are you kidding me? How do you get from there to there? That's the question we have before us, don't we? I'm over here now, but I'm here to tell you, I remember what it was like over there, like it was yesterday. I've only got 7 years of sobriety and over 30 years of being on the other side. So I haven't forgotten, believe me. So I'm here to help you get from over there to over here. That's what this is all about, gals, in a nutshell, right? That is why we're here. So I can help you get from over there to over here. But first, the first step for you to get over here is to believe me or agree with me that that's what over here is all about. Because you see, it's possible to come over here, aka not drinking, but not recovering. In other words, you can stop drinking, pick up your phone, pick up some sugar, pick up Netflix, and basically get to sobriety, but still not be able to sit still and quietly with your own self, still not have a sacred space, still not be emotionally mature, still not be growing, but not drinking. But that is not what the snippets are here for, and that's not what I'm here for. But you could do that. Who's stopping you? If you just desperately need to get alcohol out of your body because your liver enzymes are elevated or for whatever other reason, you don't necessarily have to do the quote unquote recovery. I mean, go ahead, quit drinking. Pretty much anyone can. If you hold on tight enough to substitutes, there is lots and lots of substitute options, as I just listed a few. Grab onto a whole bunch of sugar, grab onto social media, grab onto Netflix. A lot of women like to gamble after a while. Shopping's a big one, very, very soothing. Get online and start buying stuff. That'll help for a while. You can check out in many, many different ways. You don't necessarily have to have alcohol. When I say over here, I mean able to sit in your own private universe, meaning your own mind, your own memories, your own heart, your own emotions, your own body, and feel at home. Think about how sad that is. I'm not at home in my own space, in my own memories, in my own mind, in my own heart. Like, this is sad. That's why I'm here. To say to you, how do we do that? Well, we start with courage and we say, all right, one tiny moment at a time, I'm going to learn how to be quiet and be with myself. And I see the women who join me, I see them with unbelievable amounts of courage doing this. And you know who you are, and I know you're hearing my voice. And I see them struggle and push through, but they don't do it alone. They come and check in and say, oh, today I just wanted to kill somebody and this happened and that happened. And they get the support. They remember what they've been taught, though. I don't just help them stay sober. I help them week by week to grow emotionally so that when the time comes, they know how to pause, inhale, connect, and grow from the situation. How do you do that alone? How? If I could find a way that you could do that alone, I would outline it for you here. I'd write it up in a beautifully designed ebook, and I would send it to you in your email, and it would be entitled How to Get Sober and Happy All by Yourself. I would. I'm not just saying that. The problem is I don't know how. I don't know how to do that alone. And of course, you can see why we can't. Who's going to remind you? Who are you going to turn to? And if you try to turn to your own thoughts, memories, and beliefs, guess where you're going to end up? Back in the bottle, or shopping, or social media, or sugar, or Netflix. And so it goes round and round we go, stuck in this merry-go-round. And yet wise people have said over the centuries, over the decades, it goes back way beyond Earl Nightingale, that we should be able to wait for a train without a book, alone with ourselves and not be bored. And we should love our world within. Our world within, that's what he calls it, our world within. Do you love your world within? I didn't. I didn't love it at all. But I want you to know that if you learn how to love it and sit and be able to be at peace with your own self, Yourself. Nobody else is there, just you. And you're not comfortable. Like I say, that's like wearing clothes that are too small every single day of your life. And maybe the only relief you get is when you're in bed sleeping because you're unconscious. But the minute you wake up, you got to put those size 6 jeans back on again, right? That's no way to live, gals. I'm sorry for those of you who are waiting for the day the snippet comes through that tells you how to do it without help. It's not going to come because I don't have it. I don't know how to do it. And I don't talk about things here that I don't know how to do. That's why when women come to me and say, can you help me moderate my drinking? I'll tell you this, in the beginning, I did say yes to that a few times, several years ago. I'd like you to help me moderate. I'm like, oh, okay, well, what kind of plan do you want? Oh, I'd like to drink just on Saturdays and Tuesdays. Okay, well, check in and we'll see if, and it just didn't work. I mean, it just blew up and it just didn't work. And I shouldn't have even said yes to it because I was never able to do that. Never. It's an all or nothing situation, right? So I don't talk about things that I don't know about, and I don't talk about things or advise on things that I have no experience with. And I have no experience with getting sober alone. And I actually don't know anyone who does. The people who get sober alone don't have this problem. They just quit drinking. Or at the very extreme, the ones we call the dry drunks. They don't drink, but you don't want to be around them because they're very, very miserable people. They don't like themselves. They don't like you. They don't like me. They don't like the world. But they're not drinking. Everybody wishes they would. Please have a drink. You're such an ass. Well, gals, this is today's snippet. I just wanted to ruminate on that with you, share with you my thoughts on this idea from Earl Nightingale that we should be able to sit alone waiting for a train without a book and be at home in our world within. How's your world within today? If you'd like some help cleaning up your world within, all you got to do is go to the show notes of this episode. And in there, you're going to find a link that says book your call with Becca, and it'll take you directly to my personal private calendar. You and I can get together for 45 minutes or so, and I'll help you map out your plan to happiness and satisfaction and contentment with your world within. Because as we know, we don't have any time to waste in this chapter of our lives. For you, my dear, I want this. I want it for you. Yes, you. That's why I show up every single day and bring you your snippets. Thank you for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.